You are the only animal on this planet that needs shoes to walk on it. Think about that for a second. Every other creature that has ever lived on Earth, from the polar bear padding across Arctic ice to the gecko climbing a sheer vertical wall, fits here. Their bodies match the terrain. Their skin handles the temperature. Their instincts align perfectly with the environment they were born into. They belong here in a way that is total and effortless. And then there is you, burning in the sun after 20 minutes, freezing in mild wind without layers, unable to eat most of what grows wild, unable to drink most of the water on the planet's surface, unable to survive a single night in most of the world's climates without fire, shelter, or technology you had to invent just to stay alive. This is not normal, and science has been quietly accumulating reasons why. Reasons that, when you line them up, point to something deeply strange about what we are and where we actually came from. Here are 7 of them. Reason 1. Our skin is wrong for this planet. Every primate closely related to us, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, bonobos, has thick skin covered in hair. That hair is not aesthetic. It is a full-body environmental management system. It regulates temperature, protects against insect bites, repels rain, and provides a physical barrier against the scratches, cuts, and abrasions that come with living in a natural environment. We have almost none of it. Human skin is thin, hairless, and extraordinarily sensitive. A single afternoon in direct equatorial sun, the sun of our species' alleged origin, causes serious tissue damage. We blister, we burn, we peel. Dermatologist Richard Weller at the University of Edinburgh has documented extensively how human skin requires UV protection that the natural environment of our supposed origin does not provide. And it goes further. Human skin is uniquely vulnerable to infection. A scratch that a chimpanzee would ignore can kill an unprotected human. Our largest organ, the one that interfaces with the entire external world, seems to be specifically designed for a world with hospitals, sunscreen, and clothing, none of which existed when we were supposedly evolving in the African savanna. Reason 2. Our eyes cannot handle our own sun. Every diurnal animal, meaning every creature that, like us, is active during the day, has eyes equipped to handle direct daylight. Raptors can stare toward the sun while hunting. Horses, cows, and most large mammals have pupils that adapt seamlessly across the full range of outdoor light. Even insects have compound eyes with natural UV filtering. Human eyes are acutely, almost bizarrely sensitive to bright light. We squint in direct sun. We get headaches from prolonged light exposure. UV radiation damages our corneas and retinas in ways that accumulate permanently over a lifetime. We are the only large diurnal animal that regularly develops cataracts, the degradation of the eye's lens from light exposure, as a standard feature of aging. Evolutionary biologist Dr. Ellis Silver, in his controversial but extensively researched work on human origins, has pointed out that this sensitivity is inconsistent with a species that supposedly spent hundreds of thousands of years evolving outdoors in open savanna environments. Our eyes look more like they were designed for a world with lower UV intensity, either a planet orbiting a different type of star, or a world where we lived predominantly indoors or underground. Reason 3. Our backs are catastrophically badly designed. The human spine is an engineering disaster. Lower back pain is the single most common chronic physical complaint in the world. An estimated 80% of humans will experience debilitating back pain at some point in their lives. Herniated discs, sciatica, spinal stenosis, vertebral compression fractures, these conditions affect hundreds of millions of people and are essentially unknown in any other animal. The standard explanation is that our spines evolved for quadrupedal movement and we forced them into a vertical orientation too quickly. But this explanation has a serious problem. Our spines do not look like modified quadrupedal spines. They look like original designs for upright movement. They have the characteristic S-curve that only makes sense for bipedalism. The engineering is correct for the intended purpose. It is simply badly executed, as if the blueprint was right, but the materials or the gravity were wrong. Physician and researcher Dr. Bruce Lipton has noted that human spinal anatomy, if submitted as an engineering project, would fail basic review. The lumbar vertebrae bear weight loads they are structurally inadequate to handle at standard Earth gravity. The discs between them compress, rupture, and degenerate at rates that no other comparable structure in the animal kingdom experiences. We were built for upright movement. We were not built for upright movement in this gravity. Reason 4. We are chronically sleep-deprived compared to every other primate. Humans need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night. We rarely get it, and the consequences are severe. Impaired cognition, weakened immunity, cardiovascular damage, metabolic disruption, accelerated aging. Sleep science is unanimous. We are a species operating in a state of near constant sleep deprivation. But here's what makes this strange. Other primates sleep significantly more. Chimpanzees sleep around 10 hours. Gorillas sleep up to 12. Most mammals, when not under threat, sleep far more than humans and do so in consolidated, high-quality bouts. They wake refreshed because their sleep architecture matches their biology, matches their environment. Research published in the journal PLOS One by anthropologist David Sampson found that humans have the shortest and lightest sleep of any primate. We spend less time in the deep, slow wave stage and REM stages that are critical for neural maintenance. And yet, we need those stages more than other animals because our brains are disproportionately large and metabolically expensive. It's as if we were designed to sleep longer and deeper than we do. But something about this planet's conditions prevents us from getting the sleep our bodies were built for. Reason 6. Our dietary requirements are impossible to meet from natural Earth environments. A wild chimpanzee can survive indefinitely in its natural habitat by eating what grows around it. A polar bear can sustain itself entirely from what the Arctic provides. A koala has one food source and thrives. Virtually every animal on Earth can meet all of its nutritional requirements from its local environment without tools, agriculture, supplementation, or cooking. Humans cannot. The full list of nutrients required for human health cannot be obtained from any single natural environment on Earth. We require vitamin D, which most of us cannot synthesize adequately from sun exposure in temperate or polar climates. We require B12, which is found in animal products but not in plant foods, creating a problem for any human population without access to prey animals. We require omega-3 fatty acids in ratios that are difficult to achieve from most natural food sources. We require iodine, zinc, selenium, and a suite of micronutrients that are inconsistently distributed across the planet's food supplies. The result is that every human population in history has suffered from nutritional deficiencies that their local environments could not fully correct. Scurvy, rickets, pellagra, beriberi, iodine deficiency disorders, diseases caused by the mismatch between what humans require and what the Earth provides without industrial intervention. Nutritional scientist Dr. Michael Crawford at Imperial College London has argued for decades that the human brain's extraordinary fat composition, its 60% fat, with specific requirements for DHA and arachidonic acid, is only found in abundance at the interface of aquatic and land environments, not in savannas, not in forests. Our brains were built for a diet this planet does not conveniently provide. Reason 6. Our circadian rhythm does not match Earth's rotation. In 1999, Professor Till Ronenberg at Ludwig Maximilian Munich began studying what he called chronotypes, the natural sleep-wake preferences of different individuals. What he found was unexpected. When humans are removed from artificial light and time cues and allowed to sleep and wake freely, the majority of people do not settle into a 24-hour cycle.
They settle into a cycle of approximately 24.9 hours. The Earth rotates in exactly
24 hours. Every other organism on this planet, plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, has circadian rhythms synchronized to that 24-hour cycle. It is the fundamental clock of life on Earth, embedded in the biochemistry of virtually every living thing, except us. Our bodies run slightly longer than the planet we supposedly evolved on. This should be impossible if standard evolutionary theory is correct. Evolution produces organisms fitted to their environment. The most basic environmental feature, the length of a day, should be precisely encoded in our biology. And in every other organism, it is. In us, it is off by nearly an hour. Professor Ronenberg's research has been replicated across multiple laboratories. The 24.9-hour human circadian period is one of the most robustly documented findings in chronobiology. Nobody has satisfactorily explained why the most cognitively advanced species on Earth has a biological clock that does not match the planet it lives on. Reason 7. We are the only species that cannot live in our own environment without technology. This is the most obvious reason, and yet it is the one least taken seriously. Every other species on Earth can survive in its natural habitat using only the biological tools it was born with. Wolves hunt with teeth and pack coordination. Birds build nests using only their beaks and feet. Fish breathe through gills without needing to invent anything. Humans cannot survive in any natural environment on Earth without technology. We need fire to stay warm and to make food digestible. We need clothing because our skin is inadequate. We need shelter because our thermoregulatory system cannot handle most of the planet's climate range. We need medicine because our immune systems are insufficient to handle the pathogen load of natural environments. We need agriculture because the wild food supply cannot meet our nutritional requirements. And here is the profound implication. We invented all of those things, which means there was a point in human history when none of them existed, and we survived anyway. How exactly did a creature this biologically mismatched to its environment survive hundreds of thousands of years before any of the compensating technology existed? The fossil record does not fully answer this. The gaps are filled with assumptions. So here is where all 7 reasons bring us, not to aliens, not to ancient astronauts, not to conspiracy, to a simpler and stranger question. What if the story of human origins is more complicated than we have been told? What if our bodies remember a different world, a different gravity, a different atmosphere, a different sun? What if the restlessness that no other animal seems to feel, the constant drive to build and modify and escape our environment, is not a feature of our intelligence, but a symptom of our displacement? Every other animal is home. You have never felt completely home on this planet. You have been decorating the place, yes. You have been making it work. But somewhere in your body, in the spine that aches, the skin that burns, the sleep that never quite satisfies, the clock that runs 1 hour longer than the world around you, something remembers something different. You do not belong here. And the most unsettling part is that science is starting to agree. Subscribe for more.